Today we are going to study a very important and interesting chapter called How Nature Works in Harmony. In this chapter, we will understand how nature maintains balance and how plants, animals, microorganisms, air, water, soil, and sunlight are all connected to each other. We will also learn how even a small change in nature can affect the entire ecosystem and why humans must protect the environment. Let us begin with a real-life example. In many parts of India, such as Odisha, Jharkhand, Assam, West Bengal, and Chhattisgarh, elephants are often seen entering farms and villages. This happens because forests are being cut, rainfall patterns are changing, and natural water sources are drying up. When elephants do not get enough food and water in forests, they move toward human areas in search of crops like bananas and sugarcane. This leads to damage to crops and sometimes causes danger to both humans and animals. To solve this problem, scientists have created elephant corridors. These corridors connect one forest to another and allow elephants to move safely without entering human settlements. This example shows that all parts of nature are closely connected and depend on each other. Now let us understand what a habitat is. A habitat is the place where an organism lives. It can be a pond, forest, farm, desert, or even the bark of a tree. Every habitat has two types of components. The living components, such as plants, animals, and microorganisms, are called biotic components. The non-living components, such as air, water, soil, sunlight, and temperature, are called abiotic components. Both biotic and abiotic components are necessary for survival. Different habitats provide different living conditions, which is why some organisms live on land while others live in water. Let us take the example of a pond habitat. In a pond, we find fish, frogs, insects, snails, algae, and aquatic plants. These living organisms get food, oxygen, shelter, and space from the pond. Water provides oxygen to fish, plants provide food, and sunlight helps plants grow. In the same way, a forest habitat has trees, grass, birds, insects, animals, soil, air, and sunlight. Each habitat supports life in its own way. Now we will learn about population and community. When a group of organisms of the same kind live together in a particular area at a given time, it is called a population. For example, all the fish of the same type living in a pond form a population. When different populations, such as plants, animals, and microorganisms, live together in the same habitat, they form a community. A habitat cannot survive with only one type of organism because all organisms need different resources. If only one species exists, competition will increase and resources will become scarce. Diversity is necessary to maintain balance in nature. Every organism in a community plays an important role. Scientists conducted a study using two ponds. One pond had fish and many flowering plants around it, while the other pond had no fish and fewer flowering plants. In the pond with fish, dragonflies were fewer because fish eat dragonfly larvae. Since dragonflies eat bees and butterflies, fewer dragonflies allowed more bees and butterflies to survive. These insects helped in pollination, which increased seed production in nearby plants. This study shows that even a small organism like a fish can indirectly affect plant growth. Removing or overusing any organism can disturb the balance of nature. Now let us understand interactions in an ecosystem. Living organisms depend on non-living components for survival. Plants need sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make food. Animals depend on plants and other animals for food. These are interactions between biotic and abiotic components and also among biotic components. These interactions together form an ecosystem. Ecosystems can be aquatic, such as ponds, rivers, and lakes, or terrestrial, such as forests, grasslands, and farms. Ecosystems can be large or small and often overlap with each other. Organisms in an ecosystem are grouped based on how they get food. Green plants are called producers because they make their own food using photosynthesis. Animals that cannot make their own food are called consumers. Herbivores eat only plants, carnivores eat only animals, and omnivores eat both plants and animals. Decomposers, such as bacteria and fungi, break down dead plants and animals into simple substances and return nutrients to the soil. Decomposition plays a very important role because it recycles nutrients and ensures that nothing is wasted in nature. Now let us understand how one change can lead to another. If pollution causes plants in a pond to die, oxygen levels in water will decrease. This will cause fish to die. When fish population decreases, insects will increase in number. These insects may damage crops, forcing farmers to use pesticides. Pesticides can pollute soil and water and harm living organisms. This chain reaction shows how one small change can create many problems in nature. Ecosystems remain balanced through different types of interactions. Organisms compete for food, water, space, and sunlight. Competition controls population size and prevents overgrowth. There are also special relationships among organisms. In mutualism, both organisms benefit, such as bees and flowers. In commensalism, one organism benefits while the other is not affected, such as orchids growing on trees. In parasitism, one organism benefits while the other is harmed, such as ticks on animals. All these relationships help maintain balance in ecosystems. Ecosystems provide many benefits to humans. Forests give us clean air, fertile soil, timber, fibers, and medicines. Aquatic ecosystems provide water and food. Ecosystems also regulate climate and provide recreational and aesthetic value. However, human activities such as deforestation, pollution, overuse of natural resources, and climate change are damaging ecosystems. The Sundarbans is an example of a threatened ecosystem. It is the largest mangrove forest in the world and protects coastal areas from storms and floods. Mangrove trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. However, cutting of trees, pollution, and illegal hunting are destroying this ecosystem. To protect nature, protected areas such as national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves have been created. Humans have also created human-made ecosystems like farms, parks, and fish ponds. These ecosystems need proper care and management. Modern farming methods using chemical fertilizers and pesticides have increased food production, but have also harmed soil health and the environment. Sustainable and organic farming methods help protect soil, biodiversity, and human health. In conclusion, the chapter How Nature Works in Harmony teaches us that nature is a well-balanced system where every living and non-living component is connected. Plants, animals, microorganisms, air, water, and soil work together to support life on Earth. Any disturbance in this balance can create serious environmental problems that also affect human life. Therefore, it is our responsibility to protect forests, wildlife, water bodies, and soil by using natural resources wisely and adopting sustainable practices. By understanding and respecting nature, we can ensure a healthy environment for ourselves and future generations.